After a while, after a long time, we are taking class. So, today is a new topic we will start. So, our topic is global logistics management. Okay. So, by this word global logistics, what do you think? What does it mean? Global logistics. Your insights. Anyone can speak. There is logistics, then global logistics, then management. Okay. So, we will go one by one. So first we will talk about the logistics. So any one of them you can tell what do you think, what is the idea logistics is. This is very common term nowadays. So any raw definition, any raw word.
Hello, ma'am. This is Aishwarya.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, logistics refers to moving the raw material from one place to other places by transportations through shippings and light carriage.
Yes. And if we talk, if we said it to the global, so what will be the global mean in logistics? So global means we are talking about the about worldwide. We are not talking for the home, for the state, for the city. No. When we are talking about the worldwide things, then we use this word global. And in the logistics, if we say global logistics, that means we are doing the movement of goods, services, information across the international borders. In nowadays, we can, if our family members or any of the family is living abroad, is living out of the India, in any part of the country, in any part of the world, earth, so we can communicate with them. So this is also we are doing the movement of information. We can also do the goods and services across the international borders. So that all comes under the whatever the transaction, whatever the movements, whatever the flows we are doing, everything that comes under. There is a boundary which is the international borders. There are many countries, so this term called as the global logistics. When we are delivering, when we are moving goods, services, information worldwide or the across the international borders, then it termed as global logistics. So, wo- uh, global logistics. If you have any example, or you have seen what, like if we talk about the exports and imports for our side and exports for others. If we are exporting the goods, services, information from India to any part of the world, then this also comes under the logistics, global logistics. But the specific term we use here is exports, because this is on which our the whole supply chain is working, that is the exports. To differentiate, because global logistics does not specify what we are doing. We are logistics means the movement can be from it will be two side, okay, two-way side. So logistics doesn't have the one direction, okay. But exports specifies just the specified term which is used in the supply chain, and imports are different. But imports and exports, if we add both of them, then it termed as the global logistics. So that is why we have these two terms, imports and exports. When we are importing, when we are procuring the goods services from international borders like China, we are importing many things like toys, electronic items, very many things from there. So that is we are doing the import to our India. And when we are exporting, we are exporting rice, spices, to the different countries, different parts of the world. So at that time we are doing the exports thing, and the whole sum of the things, we call them as a global logistic, because it's a two-way thing. Okay. So it is plays the very important role, because without logistics, if you have remembered that time COVID-19, at that time also logistics was not stopped. There is the medical emergency, there is the basic needs, that logistics is was also not stopped that time, because if the transportation has been stopped, then the whole operations, everything get stopped, and we can't survive. Uh, it is that much important that it directly affects the survival of the human race, human survival for nowadays. Okay. So logistics is that important, and we all go through that time, that COVID time. So we know the logistics importance, but for the starting, when government seized for the one day lockdown, so that was not emergency thing. But when it is extending the time limits, at that time logistics was very important. And due to this, that pandemic, epidemic, anything happen in the world, we can't stop the logistics, because our drivers are the backbone. They are still doing the operations, they are still delivering the things, and the delivery partners, they all are the front, the last uh, uh, segment of the delivery, which is the most important. And they may be literate, illiterate, you we all meet them. So they are delivery partners are the most important. The execution, the final execution they are doing at that time, and still, and that will go long and long, that cannot be stopped. So, how it is important for us, I already told. So, logistics plays the critical role. It's a critical role, obviously. So, supply chain should be if the logistics is robust, our logistics, global logistics is robust, then our supply chain operations will go smooth, efficient, and cost effective. If like we have to give the shipment in a week, like we have the committed delivery date of after a 1 week. And if we have the legacy, if we book the mode of transportation 1 day from the committed delivery date, then we have to use some very high cost delivery options, like air, sea. We can't use sea at that time. We only have the air thing, that is the most fastest and most expensive as well. So if we have the delivery date, if we know the committed delivery date, then we have the spare time to plan it and make it cost efficient. So these things are very important. So it serves as the backbone of the supply chain management by facilitating the movement, storage, and flow of goods and services and information from the suppliers to end consumers. So everything is involved, from the raw material, from the dispatching, from the manufacturing, the finished material, uh, to the consumer, to the dispatching, packaging. So these all operation will go smooth only if our logistics is important. If we open up a company and we have the very good product to the consumers, but our logistics, our distribution, our retail outlets are not up to the mark, we cannot target the sale, we cannot hit the sale. So if our logistics, if our customer services are very accurate, are very important, are very smoothly working, then that company will go on. Like if I talk about McD, we all know about McDonald's. So their burger or their all things are high selling, they are not high tasting things. Okay, they are the high selling things. Why? Because they are their service level, their logistics, their every operation is very fine and very defined, very refined. But but they are not the very tasty burgers we have. Okay, and also the pricing is very economical for our generation, or for the if human survival. So but that is not the tasty thing, but that is the high selling thing. Why? If your company, if you're not having that that reputation or that good in the product, but your other things, other operations are fine, then that company will survive, will sustain in the market. So if that is this how much logistics is a very important, playing a very important role in the in nowadays, and it's before it is also. So what are the key components of the global logistics? So global logistics means we are doing the delivery across the international borders. So what are the components there we are using? First, there should be transportation management. Okay, transportation management means which mode of transportation is economical, is best for the transportation. So there are four modes of transportation we have: air, sea, rail, and road transportation. Okay, mostly we are using sea, see thing, because it is the time taking process. Like like if I talk about my first company, so what they are doing, they are manufacturing the product in China and delivering the product to Europe countries. Okay, so they are having the China port, then they have the Netherlands port. So in between they are doing the transiting the products. Okay, so it will take 8 weeks to reach to one port, to the destination port. So we have to plan the product shelf life, expiry dates in under the consideration by taking the 8 weeks. Okay. Then after having the goods from the Netherlands port, then there is the delivery, which we are doing the from the truck. So that is what we call LTL, load truck load. That means load truck transport. So that after having the package or container, the shipment at the destination port in Netherlands port, then we have to take the 1 week buffer also, 8 weeks, then 1 week more buffer to deliver using the road transportation. So at that time, we are using two modes of transportation in delivering the one package or one shipment to our customer. That is first sea, and then the road transportation to the delivery location of the customer. So we have the first thing is this. This is the most important component, which mode we are using. Second, if we have the inventory or not, whatever the product or whatever the services we want to deliver to our customer, there is inventory, there is a stock or not. If without stock, without, we can't do the inventory. So very important, very most important, or one thing more is that we can't do the small package delivery in the worldwide thing. Okay, if we you can't deliver one packet or two packet from one country to another country. That is the bullshit thing. Okay, so at that time we need to have a bulk package or a very big order to deliver from one part of the country or to the other part of the country, in the world. Okay, from one country to another country. So for that we must have this much stock, so that we can logistics, as well the custom, as well the vendor can have their profit margins. Okay, because inventory, the logistics is also having their profit margins. They will not do the work for free. So there is the profit margin, the vendor is taking, the seller is taking, and then there is also the profit margin, 4 to 5%, whatever the profit margin they are taking. They are also doing the logistics. Okay, so before that is why we need a bulk package, we need a shipment, we need a container. If you have seen, there are very big containers, and in the same container there is not only one type of product there, there are many kinds of product, because to ship, to load the ship, okay, that is not a small thing. We have many tons of products there. After beating the MOV, there is a MOV or MOQ thing. MOQ thing is different. MOV we are having, that is minimum order value. So if we have the shipment like 20K USD shipment, if we are reaching up to there, then our logistics costs will be reduced at very good prices. So we have to maintain the inventory before doing the any shipment. So this is also a very important component in the logistics. First is transportation, which mode we are using. Second, what we are shipping. Okay. And warehousing is where, which warehouses, from which warehouse we need to take the stock, we need to make the package or do the package things and ship to the different locations. So that location is also very important. There are different distribution centers, like in Mumbai. In Mumbai there is a port. I slipped the name. uh, what is the name? Anyone know, in the in Mumbai there is a very big port is there, seaport. I didn't remember, but in India most of the shipments are we are delivering from Mumbai. If anything we are manufacturing in Agra, where I am living, so we first we will deliver it to Mumbai port, that is seaport. Then it will go to the different parts of the world, whatever the parts, maybe Dubai, maybe Europe or whatever. But it mostly the very busy port is at Mumbai port. Okay, so so that is why warehousing component is very important to because we have to choose the distribution centers, different location to deliver to the different parts of the world or country. And if three things are done, then we have the supply chain coordination. If supply chain coordination, if we, the suppliers, manufacturers and retailer, they are not on the same page for one product, then we can't do the delivery, we can't do the this, there is no point to have the transportation, to have the warehousing, to have the inventory. So supply chain coordination, first we have the supply chain coordination, we must have the product on in our warehouse, services on the line. Then we do the warehousing, we will store it. Then we have the stock, maintaining inventory. Then we will choose the transportation mode where we have to transport. So these are the most four key components we are using in the global logistics. Or okay, just give me 2 minutes. Yes, so sorry for the interruption. So any questions till now in these two slides? Anyone? So or maybe do you think there is any other component which contribute to the global logistic? You can also list. So no questions till now. Aishwarya, Shivasai, Tanvi, Mayank, Upendra. No problem. So, what are the key roles of logistics in supply chain management? So, we are discussing whatever the importance, whatever the we are discussing why the logistics exist. This is contribute the important role. This is the role we are discussing. So, firstly, what the function of the logistics is the important role in supply chain management. That is movement of goods. That is the logistics. So, movement of goods by ensuring the timely transportation of raw material, then we have the work in progress, and we have the finished goods at our hand. Then we are delivering to first, then we are packaging it, then we have the dispatch team, then we have to deliver to our customers. So these are the movement of goods. That is also comes under the logistics by interaction with the factory laborers. Then they are do procuring the raw materials for the factory, that the vendor on vendor side. Okay, then the product is in the work in progress. Okay, that is also comes under the logistic, because there is the movement of goods. To make a product, to make a one finished product, we need many raw materials. So that raw materials coming from wherever the vendor, from any part of the country, that comes under the logistics. So this is the most important, and which appropriate mode they are using: air, sea, railroad. So why we are using air is the most expensive thing, but to optimize the cost, delivery times, and reliability, we need to choose the transportation mode as per the need, as per the budget. So this is the most important role of the logistics in supply chain. Secondly, we must have the storage of goods. Okay, so this involves, I already discussed this, involves the warehousing and inventory management. If we have the warehouse, if we have the warehouse on the right location, on the right time they are opening or closing, time is also fine. Then the inventory management can be done. Okay, so we goods stored securely and readily available when needed. Okay, so warehouse and inventory management is very important for the logistics, for to deliver if we don't have the stock, if we don't have the finished product at our hand, at our warehouses, we can't deliver to the product. And we also, many times we have seen on the Mintra app, on the Flipkart app, on the websites, the shopping websites, there is a thing that is out of stock. So why they have there is also the selling strategy for the they are also giving the option to notify me. Okay, so if there is the demand of that stock, out of stock part, then only they will process, they will order. And for not for the one person, if there is a bulk order will generate on the website, then they will go to the vendor to place the order. So if there is that comes under the warehousing and inventory management. Proper storage, if the storage is fine as per the demand, as per the supply, if they are proportionally compensating them, then the risk of stock outs and overstock situations can be balanced. So storage of goods is also very important to have the logistics in the supply, to have the sustain good logistics in supply chain management. Thirdly, we have the order fulfillment. So, logistics ensures that customer orders are fulfilled accurately, delivered on time. So, this is the most important deliverable of logistics. Why it is existing? Okay. So, if our logistics is robust, that we then we can deliver the product on time and enhancing the customer satisfaction. So many times this happen, the date the Mintra app, the different apps are giving, that is but the product comes prior to the delivery date. So this enhance the customer satisfaction, this wins the trust of the customer. That is why the more traffic on the website they came. Okay, so there is also a buffer thing they are also taking. So if they are taking 2 or 3 days buffer always, so that the shipment can be delayed. If delayed, then the customer will not get to the expectations that yes, our product will come on this date. So that is why they're also taking 2 to 3 days of buffer, if we talk about the India operations of the different shopping websites. So order fulfillment is very important, which is only done by the logistics. So this is the very key role of this. So it coordinates. First we have the order processing. Then if that order is in the stock, and that order is in stock, so many times this also happen where we add the product into the cart, and after some time it goes out of stock. So this the background what they are doing, after having the order, they are checking their inventory, the background thing. If that is not into the, they can even add into cart, but at the time of the billing, at the time of the paying the money, they have said that this is the out of stock. So after order processing, they will go back to the inventory team and the warehousing team, if that stock is available or not. Then if there is a fine, then they will accept the order. Then they will go to the packaging team. That parcel will be packaged, and then they will coordinate with the delivery team, the distribution team. Then they will coordinate with the logistics partner, and the order has been placed, and there is the tracking ID will also come. So by having the tracking ID, like if you place the order today, so by having the tracking ID, it will take 2 days. It will take one day to reach the notification to the warehousing or inventory management team. Then they will go to the packaging team, first package it. Then after 2 days, when they book the shipment to the logistics partner, then they have the tracking ID. So once the parcel is dispatched from their warehouse, so we have the notification, yes, your parcel has been dispatched and this is the tracking ID so and so. So it will also take 2 or 3 days of time before having the tracking ID. Then we have the track and trace portal. We have the very real time tracking in any websites, in any shopping sites, also in the India speed post as well. So that airway bill is there. There is tracking number as well, and AWB airway bill number, tracking number, and docket number. So there are many different terminologies are using by shipping it. So we can check them on the track and trace portal. And whatever the, if we know the logistics partner, if it is Mintra Logistics, if it is DB Shankar, if it is Renus Logistics, DHL, FedEx. So they have their their own portals where we can track their shipment. And also we have the one unified portal, that is trackandtrace.com, track-trace.com, that where we can have the many trackings as per the delivery partners. So this is the most important role we are having of logistics in supply chain. So any questions, Aishwarya?
Oh, no more, no more.
Okay. Supply chain visibility. Yeah, this I already discussed. By through tracking and monitoring the shipments, allowing the companies to anticipate and manage potential disruptions. Yes. So I have one instance in my case that there is was a passport was coming from the India Speed Post, but it was stuck in their warehouse. The that is in the Dayalbagh, India Speed Post. Okay, so it takes at least 3 to 4 days. So we are like waiting for these, the postman will come at the address. But what they are doing, they are having the notification that the location is not found, the address was not found. So at that time we see on the real time tracking, and there is a, it is also written that in which location or which warehouse they are residing, the package is residing. So by that I get to know that this is the Dayalbag location, and I go to there before 10 before 10 a.m., because after 10 a.m. they get all the post and all the parcel packages to deliver to the different location, the postman. So after reaching before 10 a.m., I got my passport, and that this is how we can have the, we can we can mitigate the potential disruptions by having the real time tracking. If I don't, if that does not exist, my passport will can be lost. Okay, so this can be a good, very uh, a big thing for me. So this real-time tracking helps us. Technology such as advanced shipping notifications are there, and warehouse management systems are often used for real-time data access. So whenever we are purchasing or selling something, so we have this advanced shipping notifications, where when they dispatch the thing, we have the notification on our phone, either on the SMS or either on the emails we are having. So these new technologies helping us more and having the real time visibility on that. So supply chain visibility is increased after having these technologies, this logistics robust thing in the supply chain. Okay. Fifth is the cost management. By optimizing the transportation routes, if we have the planning, if we know the cost transportation routes, because we can't deliver the product at its cost of the shipping. Okay, if the cost price, if the selling price of the product is more, no, the transportation price is more than the selling price of the product, then there is no point to have the because the customer is not full. So at that time, we need to optimize the transportation routes. What is the load planning? We need to plan it, and we have to maintain the inventory levels so that logistic contributes the reducing the overall supply chain cost. Because if the the logistics cost is will be very high, then how you can manage it? Because sometimes if we go on Zomato or any new website which is like starting their company, so they are having that 100 rupees of delivery, 50 rupees of delivery. So sometimes, but if we have the old companies like Mintra and these, they are not charging us the delivery charges. But most of the companies like Amazon, if we have the Amazon, so for the standard delivery they are charging the delivery charges. If we choose some product which is like less than 100 rupees or 200, 300 rupees, then they are also having the MOV of 650 rupees, I think. So these all things, so that they can, the logistics can also sustain, the profit margins of customer will also maintain, the vendors profit margin will also sustain. So by uh, uh, choosing the right transportation mode, routes, what is the load planning, what are the inventories we have, we can reduce the supply chain cost. Otherwise, the company will not survive. So efficient logistics strategies like such as just in time or lean logistics. So some companies, what they are doing, they are like when they have the order, they are using the just in time strategy. So once they have the order, they will like instigate to the vendor team that please do the delivery of this product. Like it is also very common, like picking drop shipping. This concept is called drop shipping, which is very new, very popular nowadays, where what they are doing, like if I am the middleman, I have the order, I will directly go to the vendor and will tell the customer details, and it will deliver to the customer, delivering to the customer. So there is no warehouse we need, there is nothing we need, we just have to like informing the passing the information. So this is also drop shipping concept is also coming. So this is the logistic strategies which help minimize the wastage. Second, excessive holding cost will also minimized. So this cost management is very important in the terms of logistics. Sixth is risk management. If I had told you, if our logistics is robust, whether our product is also not up to the mark, but if our logistics are fine, then the company will sustain. The company will move on. So logistics is very crucial in mitigating the supply chain risks like delays due to natural disasters. I told any political issues or any transportation breakdown. So there is one shipment, if I remember, that was like stuck in the canal. There is one canal which is very traffic. I slipped the name. When we are shipping from the China, there is one canal. I don't remember, but that was so uh, bloom at that time over internet, like 2 or 3 years back. So that was stuck in the canal, and it was not moving due to the traffic, or because there is only one canal for from one part of the country to the different part of the to the different country. So that that is why we are having the 8 weeks of in transit time. So if there is any delays in between, that can be minimized. So the customer, because in which company where I was working, they are delivering the PCBs, or they are delivering the automobile product or part to the automobile company, which their manufacturing companies are running 24/7. If the company, if the operation is stopped for one day, there is crores or the millions of losses will be there. So we need to plan it in a very accurate manner, in a very buffer time taking. So there will be, can be, we can mitigate the risk there. So it involves the contingency planning. Alternative supplier sourcing is also there, and flexible distribution strategies to ensure the continuity. So the main goal of supply chain is to deliver the product to customer. Customer has no idea from where it is manufacturing, from where it is coming. They need the product. Okay. So we have the multiple vendors, we have the flexible switching from one vendor to different vendor, by ensuring, by uh, committing the quality to ensure the finest delivery to the customer. So we can have, if the logistics are fine, the risk can be mitigated if our planning is fine. So these are the key roles of the logistics in supply chain management till now. So anyone have any questions or want to add any point to this?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, can you explain about the Incoterms, ma'am? Like how they are
Incorrect.
transporting, So the
Yeah.
main thing, actually, I attend one of the interviews. They ask about the
Yeah,
Incoterms.
Incoterms. Yeah. These are the international terms we are having. So when we are doing the global logistics, the if the Incoterms are not defined, we cannot do the delivery. So there are 7 to 6 Incoterms. First is X works, DAP, DDP, CFR, CIF. There are many. I have not added the slide in the PPT. We will discuss about it in terms. So what Incoterms are? Where, because the vendor, the seller and the buyer are from the different borders. Okay. So when they are delivering the product, so the cost, how they will maintain the cost, because uh, till from factory reaching to the port, there is a cost. Then from port to the different port, there is a cost. Then from port to the customer delivery, there is a different cost. So how we are managing it, what are the international terms? Because I think when it has come into the such in 90s 1990s, or Before that there was no incoterms defined, so there was a very big problems in the exports and imports time. Okay, so then the international team, there is a society which has specified the international terms on which the shipping, the dispatching, the import and export will come. So I will discuss in the next slide. That is very important. I will discuss it.
Thank you, ma'am.
हाँ हाँ. You can also search. There is a Xworks. Mostly these 4 to 5 incoterms are mostly using in the business. First is Xworks. Xworks is the cost when we are having the cost at our factory. Till the factory, whatever the cost is, that is the Xworks cost we are having. After that, we are have the delivery at place, that is DAP. DDP is the delivery duty paid, where delivery duty paid is something where the buyer will pay the delivery, the custom duty. And in DAP in Kotam, what happened? Delivery at place, when the when the seller will deliver the product at its place, so that called as the DAP, where the all risk and cost associated with the shipment will bear by the uh, seller in the DAP. And DDP, it is totally flip. The everything will be on the seller side. So these three incoterms I know more about, but there are many incoterms in India which are using CFR, CIF. So cost freight and cost not freight. So there are many incoterms. I will add the slide here for the more visibility, because you can't remember what the business will be using. You will have the good visibility on it. So any other questions other than Ashwarya? So no questions. So, what are the key logistics functions and activities in the supply chain of logistics, of global logistics? So, the first is transportation management. These are the functions of the logistics and activities. So, transportation management is managing the transportation of goods. And what are the importance? We are ensuring the delivery, time delivery, cost effective delivery while reducing the transportation risk. So these are the logistics functions. The importance and the logistics functions are same, because the reason of the existence is same. The transportation management. Second, we are having the warehousing and storage. So if we have the warehousing and storage, this is also the function of the logistics. If we have the warehousing and the storage, we can do the logistics. So this is also the important functions we are having. Third is inventory management. This is also same. Order processing also same. Packaging and materials handling. Okay. So process of preparing products for transportation and handling them throughout the supply chain. So activities, what will be the activities? Packaging products in a way that ensure the safety during transit. So packaging is very important. Packaging and material handling. Whenever we order something fragile product, then the delivery, the packaging, if you have seen, so there is a bubble wrap they are giving. There is a very good quality of card box, the corrugated box they are using. So the packaging and material handling is also very important. Also you have seen many times there is a baggage. So it is material handling. It is only bear up to 5 kgs or 10 kgs. So these comes under the material handling and packaging. happen at the time of in transit, or the in transit time. So the package will go through the many modes of transportation from many hands to hands thing. So if the packaging and material handling is not good, if the packaging is not as per the uh, product delivery, then the customer will suffer, and it will not get the right product. So sometimes we are having so there are many packaging materials are available in the market to have for the fragile and non fragile products. So there are many packaging materials are there. Also, there is a labeling shipment with relevant information, that we are having the manifest and labels. We are doing the things after having the shipment, after having the product, whatever the software we are using. So they are after generating for the tracking ID if from by the software. So we are having the manifest and labels that we need to paste on the package. Do you also also have seen on the deliveries after having the from the shopping websites. So these are the invoice they have paste the invoice on the that, but under the package there is the delivery times. Okay, so the labeling shipments should be as per the relevant information for the of the product. So it should be right, and there is a identification number and the tracking number also. So managing loading and unloading and movement of goods within warehouses or distribution centers. So if the tracking number is missing, then the warehouse will lost your package. Okay, if you don't have the tracking number, because after coming in the warehouse, they do the barcode thing. Okay, if that barcode is not there, they will throw your package, and your parcel will cannot be discovered at all. This also happens with me because I shipped the I do the reverse logistics of some delivery. So I do this for the first time, and I paste the wrong labels and manifest, and it was the past one. Once the delivery is done, that package, that tracking number is expired. Okay, so at that time this happened. But what happened then, that parcel has been lost in the warehouse in Delhi, I think. So there there was a very big story, but I got my package. I coordinated with my friend who is living in the Delhi, who is also the logistics analyst. So he go to the go go into the warehouse and find my package, and it was found out. But I also, do the many emails to the logistics partner, to the driver who has came to the pickup, and also the very it was a very high level deal was happened. But at last I got my package. But if you paste the wrong labels and wrong tracking number, then your parcel will get lost. So this is very important. Packaging material handling is very important. Product production and reduces damages during transportation and optimizing the handling efficiency. Demand forecasting and planning. Wait a minute. Okay, so demand forecasting and planning is also uh, logistics functions. So as as per the Stu Valley team, so this is our last class of the 1 month training program. And this 1 month training program So if for the next class coordinate for the further classes. Okay. So I will cover till now the this much thing, and if any questions I will. So I'm ending the session here. If you have any questions till now, and for the incoterms I will add the slide. No problem. Okay, guys. So any questions you can ask. I'm ending the session for now, and for the incoterms I will add the slide and come into the next session, and also coordinate with the Stu Valley team for the next classes. So any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then I will share the PPT and will do in the next session for the incoterms. So thank you so much for the class,
Thank
and
you.
we'll connect later. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, guys. Okay.